So, Alec, today we have another listener request, and this comes from Scott, and this request has been sitting in the hopper for quite a while, so I apologize for the delay. But this is from 2003. This is Secondhand Lions, starring Michael Caine, Robert Duvall, and Haley Joel Osment. And so I'm going to hand it over to you, get you started on a rewatch or maybe a first watch, I don't know, of Secondhand Lions.
So I have never seen this film before.
Okay, I think that's great.
I watched this last night. Laura actually has seen it multiple times, and
that tracks.
Yeah, and so I think she either grew up watching it or at some point, like, she's watched it multiple times. So much so that I didn't think we actually had this movie. So I went and got it from the library, and then found out. And Laura was like, "Why did you get Secondhand Lions?" And I was like, "Well, I need to watch it because we're going to talk about it." And she goes, "We own Secondhand Lions," and I was like, "What?" And sure enough, we own Secondhand Lions. So. Never seen it. Was like, sure, let's watch it. Turns out the only thing that I've seen of this movie is social media clips of basically the fight in the restaurant or the bar or whatever with Robert Duvall. I've seen that like at least 3 or 4 times. Never knew what movie it was. Was like, oh, at some point, like, I'm sure I should probably watch that movie. I was like, it's Michael Caine and Robert Duvall. Why not? So I think I was in a pretty decent mood. I sat down, I watched it. I really enjoyed this film. Like, I have a couple of caveats that I didn't really like, or at least one change that I think would be better. But overall, this was a fun movie. Like, it really engaged me. Now, I was also smoking a cigar while I was watching it, so, like, keep in mind.
That's even better.
That's even better. It was great. But, like, one, I love the dynamic between Caine and Duvall. Like, they are a perfect, like, I need more movies with them together. Like, this was flippantastic of the two. And and it's a perfect casting. Caine is definitely not, like, I could see him maybe kind of being a fighter, but it works really well that he's not. And Duvall just gives off that air of like, well, yeah, I'll just punch your face in if you get in my face. Like, he just exudes that. So like it was great casting. Haley Joel Osment, also really great. I mean, I know he's kind of in that weird puberty stage, and so like he's not as cute as he was as a kid, nor is he kind of grown into himself when he's more of an adult, and so this is like a weird dichotomy. But it still works. Like he's fantastic as always, and like just overall, like there was nothing amazing about this film, but I think it was just done really solid. And the only thing I'm just going to, I'll stop and let you talk here soon, but I really laughed at it is basically a backflash that has a backflash or multiple backflashes, within it. So it's like the entire movie, like, because it starts off like in present day, and then pretty much the entire movie is a backflash, and then that backflash has backflashes, and I was like, I almost felt like a flashback. What? My goodness.
It's late.
It's late. Yeah. Flashback. Thank you. Those flashbacks have flashbacks. And then I'm also like, are we doing like this Inception style? Is there going to be flashbacks within the flashbacks within the flashbacks? Like, how long, is this movie going to be? I'm going to pause. I'm going to let you talk because I have so much more to say.
Well, no, I'm glad. 2 things. I'm glad that you hadn't seen it. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of rare that we get these requests from movies that, this one's over 20 years old. Mm-hmm. We've seen a lot of the same stuff, but I think it's neat that you hadn't come across this. It's a gem. Mm-hmm. You're right. It's not like over the top, like fantastic, but the performances are really fantastic. I completely agree. That
Duvall and Caine.
That natural like rapport that they seem to have playing off one another is between Caine and Duvall is really special. I went through Osment's filmography, and this is basically the bookend to his really tremendous run as a child actor. Mm-hmm. Like this is like the dividing line of like the last really good one that he does, and he's great. Like, and you're right, like his voice is kind of cracking a little bit, but it totally fits for like that's what the movie is. Like, it's this coming of age, really nice. What does it mean to be a man? Like, just don't get movies like this anymore. No. Like, I don't even know how this would get made now and get like a theatrical run.
Yeah,
like
go straight to streaming.
Yeah, it would be straight to the streamers and then get buried. Nobody'd see it. I do love Duvall's monologue to that guy before he, like when he grabs him by the throat.
Yes. Yeah.
He's like, I fought 2 world wars and many lesser wars. Like, it just, what a piece of dialogue.
Yeah.
So I think the script is really pretty good. I do wish the flashbacks had maybe a different aesthetic to them as far as how they looked.
Which ones? The
French Foreign Legion.
Okay. See. Okay, I was going to bring this up. I actually really liked how they shot it because it felt very close to an Errol Flynn film. Like that adventure.
Yeah.
And for me, that took it as because the whole thing was where do these guys get their money? Who are you going to believe? And Caine's character very much was like, these are stories, like not real life, right? And then you have him telling basically Osment, I believe it's Osment and not Duvall, but basically like, or maybe it is Duvall. But one of them says like, you at some point you have to say what's real and what's not, like you have to believe.
Right.
And so I really like that. And so it made sense that the flashbacks, and I got that right that time, the flashbacks that go back to the like 1914 or the French Foreign Legion stuff is kind of like an adventure movie within. It's like,
it is. That's true.
Yeah. And kind of some of that too. They're probably, not everything's super truthful, or not everything's perfect. It's been 40 something odd years. So, but then it kind of gives you that mindset of like, as the viewer, is this real or is this not? Are they telling you a tale or what? And that's one of the reasons why I really don't actually like the ending of it with the Sheik's grandson showing up. Because I was like, I really wanted this to end and we not actually know, like very much kind of like Inception with the top. Like it cuts before you see whether or not the top the spinning top falls or not. Like I don't need to know. Let me just believe myself. Like let me decide whether or not this is how they actually lived or if they didn't, So it just,
for me, it was more the color, like the color grade on it was a little like, I felt like it should have just, but I see what you mean. The fact that it was like more vibrant did make it like make you question, think, oh, this isn't real. Like this is kind of fairy tale type stuff, right?
And 100% when I saw the cash, when he finds it underneath and I was taking a look and all those things, I was like, that doesn't look like cash they got from gold coins or whatever. Like that actually looks like so
stolen.
Yeah. Like they stole that in somehow. So like, like I wasn't 100% sure, but I was like, maybe this is all made up. Like maybe Jasmine's something else, And so, So it's, I don't know. There's so much that I really it just is, the movie is put together well. Though I was reading some reviews of it and stuff and like people trashed this film when it came out. Like they were like, this is a waste of Duvall and Caine's talents. They were like, this is just terrible writing, all that stuff. I was just like, did we watch the same movie? Like, what am I missing? And that's fair.
I either saw this in a theater or my dad got it on DVD shortly after. I think it was a theatrical because I couldn't find. I had all his DVDs. I couldn't find it. So I think we did go to the theater and watch it, and we laughed, and because it is really funny. I like that the director and the script's like definitely geared towards telling this story through the eyes of Haley.
Yeah.
Like, but they don't make him like this dumb kid. Like he's like, it's through the eyes of like an intelligent child. Because ultimately he does make the right call of like, I'm just going to continue to be lied to by my mother. And I'm not going to stand for that.
Yeah.
He's at that point, he basically is like a man.
And we get a good character development from him, like that kind of arc of him, like you said, coming of age, of him going from being a child into become the first steps in becoming a man. I mean, does it have the typical like gruff older guys who get handed a child and then
they don't. It's interesting because they could have gone more cartoony with Duvall and Caine and had them and had them treat him like so much worse to start out. They don't. I mean, they feed him, you know what I mean? Like they're not like super friendly, but they're not real cold towards him at the start, and especially Caine. Caine's like very quickly warms up to him, like, hey, this kid's actually worth like investing time into. And there's some really nice moments like between Osment and Caine, and then Osment and Duvall's character, the acceptance, and then I do love the whole narrative subtext with the actual lion or lioness is really neat. There's that really great line where like Haley Joel's like, she was a real lion, wasn't she? Right at the end, and they're like, oh. So yeah, it's got like really good. The movie's got really good tone. Like it knows like when to be funny and when to pull back and when to be heartfelt, and like it doesn't feel. I'll be honest, the movie didn't really feel sappy to me like anywhere. It all feels pretty genuine.
Yeah.
Kira Sedgwick's really good as just a bad mom.
And then Nax, who plays the detective, not detective, but the private eye guy at the end, is just, he's always kind of a slime ball and everything. And
he passed away, unfortunately, like last year.
Oh man, I didn't know
the
that.
actor. Because he's in
in
Dazed and Confused too.
That's right. He isn't Dazed.
And then he's really good in Way of the Gun.
Yes.
Yeah, he kind of pops up now and again, like character actor. I did laugh when they were all going after the lion, and like those kids were carrying like M1s. Yes. Like every kid had a rifle.
Well, the youngest ones had one rifle between them. Like one had like the gun, and the other one was holding them.
I was laughing so I was like, yeah, that tracks. It's Texas. Don't mess with Texas.
Though I did want to say, they're like, lion, king of the jungle. I'm like, lions don't live in the jungle. Everybody, no, come on. But that that's a small thing, very very small thing.
I do. So you've heard me talk about this before because Tarantino has mentioned it, that he doesn't feel like enough movies today take you on an unknown journey. You kind of already know where things are headed. Yeah. And this one I felt like harkens back to that of like, don't really know what's about to unfold.
Yeah.
Like I remember going into it the first time I saw it, and it was like, you're uncovering these clues and hearing these stories through the kid's eyes, this experiencing it the exact same way he is, of like, is that true or not? Where's my mom? Like, you don't really know where it's going. I do love the opening is fun of like them rip roaring through, and then he gets the call that they're gone. But so it's funny that I had that, totally forgot that it was said, hey, we lost your uncles, because I totally thought that Duvall was going to die at some point, during the real flashback, not the flashbacks in the flashbacks. I'm not going to get over that. That's really really just threw me, like I said. But like there was so much that was set up, I was just kind of like, oh yeah, he's going to have to deal, like this 13-year-old kid, 12-year-old kid is going to have to deal with one of his uncles that he's close to passing away. And then they threw me for a loop and didn't have that happen. And I was like, huh, okay, that's nice. That's good. That's enjoyable. Right. Yeah. It's, I'm just thinking about that, how hard it is for a movie like this to probably come about. Although I'm kind of hopeful that maybe these are the movies we might start seeing again.
Yeah, something that's cheap to make. It's like only like $30 million to make this.
Yeah, I mean, they shot it. It's all shot in Texas. That house is in Texas. And then they use some studios in Austin, and there's some other sequences they shot in Austin. So,
the only thing that I really read that I felt was super interesting was apparently this was supposed to be another vehicle for Robert Redford and Paul Newman, possibly at one point. So they would have played the brothers as opposed to Caine and Duvall, which would have been really interesting. Yeah. And obviously, I'm assuming Newman would be in the Caine role and Redford would be in the Duvall
probably
role.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. I mean, like Butch and Sundance. Come on. Who's yeah. So they would have been good. I mean, I liked what we got, so I'm really happy with the two characters, like with the two actors that they gave. So it's not like I think we missed anything drastically from them. So
no, No, Caine's accent is a little muddling sometimes, but
It's like, well,
he's so good that I wasn't hung up on it. Like,
and they lived in Europe for many, many years.
Yeah,
and
that's
then
true.
North Africa,
Right.
which the
Right.
Brits kind of owned for a long time too. You know, as did the French, and so kind of believable. Lose a little bit of that Texas twang for a more
replace
posh,
it with a
little posh English accent.
Michael Caine. I won't bury another Batman. I won't do it. What, you buried one already? What?
My goodness, yeah. So, there's not a whole lot that I can say more about this one. There's not. There's nothing super deep about it. I mean, like obviously outside of like some of the coming of age portions of it, but it's not like they're trying for something different. It's just more of here's the story, here's our characters, here's the arc. But it's done really well and really enjoyable. Like I didn't really feel like the pacing was super slow. I didn't really feel any of the actors or the characters were really bad. I enjoyed kind of their other niece or nephew, I forget, with their kids trying to always come in for the money and stuff.
They kind of drop off though, like about 2/3 of the way through. Like they don't. Yeah, you don't see them.
Well, they said
pretty much after the lion.
Yeah, they're like, if you don't come,
they're like,
they said as long as the kids here, we're not going to show up. And they're like, okay,
Right.
perfect. And then they still show up, and then they get the lion, and they're like, oh, now we're not going to show up until you get rid of that lion.
Right.
So,
right.
Yeah.
It's well shot.
Yeah.
Like it's well shot. It's well edited. The whole thing's crafted really well. I thought the direction was really good. By the way, if I'm not mistaken, this Tim McCanlies that wrote and directed it, he also wrote The Iron Giant.
Really?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
No wonder. Okay. All right. That's
yeah, it's and the greatest like anecdote, and this isn't heavy research here, people. It's just we're gonna convey it here because it's worth mentioning. But like McCanlies, so this is on IMDb. He pitched a series called Gotham, which would chronicle the rise of young Bruce Wayne, with Clark Kent as a recurring character. And they took his concept and they turned it into Smallville. And they were saying as of 2006, McCanlies was continuing to get royalties for each episode produced for Smallville because they took the concept. He didn't do anything else on it. It was just like an uncredited concept, but they comped him for it.
Hey, that's lovely. I mean, that thing went on for like 12, 13 years or something.
Oh,
like that. Long
long time.
a while.
But he hasn't. It's like he stopped. He had some concept stuff in 2019. Yeah, he's not really working anymore. I mean,
maybe he's just.
I'm not sure why.
Wait, he's getting money from Iron Giant.
Probably.
Obviously, some Smallville residuals. Like what else?
Yeah, I mean, he directed some stuff that didn't
do well.
Well, he did this thing called The Two Bobs, but
I have no idea.
No, it's like 7.4 is like a comedy, but yeah, that stuff that I don't recognize. So I bet though, just because I don't see a bunch of stuff on his filmography, I bet he's done a bunch of script doctor work, which you don't really get credit for. Like Tarantino did that forever when he wouldn't get, he wrote entire monologues for Crimson Tide and didn't
get any.
He didn't show up in the credits, so probably did that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I saw the Iron Giant. I was like, wow, this is definitely his best like outing as a writer director.
Yeah,
is this one?
Yeah,
it's 7.5.
Yeah,
I think that's accurate. Yeah, I think it's exactly how I'd rate it.
I agree.
And the cinematographer on this was outstanding. Jack Green shot Unforgiven, Twister. So, yeah, it had all the makings of like, hey, on a technical level, this is gonna be good. And I think the script's good. Yeah, I think the script's very good.
I think again, this is just a solid movie that doesn't try to be anything more than it is, and just executes it on really well.
I think it's a good script executed at an equally good level, and I think Caine and Duvall took it because the script was good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
yeah. I think that's
I mean,
exactly why they did it.
For $30 million for the budget, they're not making a ton of money off of this.
No.
So
No.
they're probably working for scale or very low,
Yeah. And this was, Osment was probably trying to keep the ball moving as far as work. But like I said, this kind of bookends his run. And he's had a little bit of a resurgence now, and in mainly comedy and stuff like that. But
Hey.
yeah, it's
Well, last thoughts?
no. I totally think this is worth a watch. It's very, it's a good family film. Like it's the messaging in it is really good, just about like what it is to be a man, and like I love what he, like I said, that speech he gives is just amazing. Like I've killed many men. I've only ever loved one woman, with more passion than like basically you'll ever know. But then I love that they beat him up and then he brings them back and cooks some steak and stuff, and then
The steak that they put on their faces.
then he gives them the man speech and sends them on their way. I thought it was a really cool cool thing. So yeah, it's just really wholesome film, but it has its challenging moments too. I mean, the whole thing with his mother is extremely depressing. So no, I appreciate Scott recommending it, putting it as a submission. Again, sorry it took so long for us to get to this one, but how about you? Any closing thoughts before we wrap this up?
No, I just appreciate making me watch this because this was a lot of fun and really enjoyable. I really liked it. So
Yeah, you can't go wrong with Duvall and Caine.
You can't.
I just can't do it. So, all right, appreciate everybody tuning in this week for another listener request. And if you've got those,
please.
Shoot us an email, cinema@gmail.com, and or the social channels we're on. Just send us a message over there, and we'll add it to the list. We don't ever make any promises on how long it will take to get to a request, but it is our intent to get those in rotation sooner rather than later. So anyway, appreciate everybody listening. We will be back in another week.